started looking for a home in May, and we're about to close this week, hopefully. And it's a very beautiful home in Corona. And Joe, he helped us all the way through to the end, and we really appreciate him.
He's very helpful and very detailed, and he knows a lot about buying homes as well as how the home should be. And while we're doing all of this, he's behind us every step of the way. So he's really helpful. Thank you, Joe, for all the help that you've done for us.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Happy for you guys.
Lifelong friend now.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, for sure,
Yes,
for sure,
definitely.
for sure.
All right, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you. All right. Hello， 大家好，欢迎大家来到今天的绿洲看房。今天我们来到 Sycamore Creek at Corona， 在科罗纳，这也是一个 Master Plan 的社区，是由莱纳做的。我的买家他是在4、5月份带他们来看了这边的房子，然后他们非常的喜欢，然后他们就立刻就定下来了。我们那天到了样板间之后，发现一天卖掉应该是5、6个，就那一天就拿了5、6个定金的支票，那销售给我们看。那然后他们就看到这个户型，这是一个 Next Gen 的户型，那么它是有自己的独立出入的，有一个小的这个套房嘛，房中房，然后有独立出入的。那我们先去看了一个也是背后没有邻居的，可是背后是靠着山坡的一个地块，他们也很喜欢。但后来销售和我们说，可能有这一个地块会退出来，地块是带井的，就带他们过来看，看了之后他们就很喜欢。但是当时这个房子还是有人在买的，只不过销售和我们说有可能要退出。那么我就和销售说，就是你帮我们排在这个后面，如果一旦有人退出呢，就帮我们顶上去，我们先下一个定金下在另外一个 lot 上面。所以说他们是非常开心。后来是那边是退出，因为贷款的问题。我们因为现在是 COVID-19， 我们在做那个 celebration 的 final walkthrough， 他们只允许2个人。然后呢，本来我是可以进去的，结果因为他们的 manager 正好在这里，3个人在这边正好站在 driveway 上，所以呢，我来的不巧，他们不让我进，那我现在只能在外面看一下。然后，我现在再进去吧。刚才他们都在，我不能进去，现在我进去。好，我们现在进来，我们看到它这边也是升级了地面啊，非常漂亮，淡色的。然后这边是地毯上去，然后这一侧是它的Next Gen。他们 Next Gen 呢也是，他们地面基本都是没有做升级，除了1楼这边做了Vinyl Plank Luxury Vinyl Plank， 这边全部都是标配，建商就带的。莱纳这个建商就是 all included， 就是能给你的就基本都给你。然后这抽屉我感觉虽然不带阻尼，但是滑轨的质量也还是非常不错的啊。这关起来是比较轻的，也比较。我们看到这个厅其实蛮大的，大概有4米吧，有16个平米。然后这边是底下一个卫生间，它是带 walk-in shower 的。卧室是大概也是3米乘4米，12个平米，面积还蛮大的。然后这边有它的一个 walk-in closet， 一个门可以直接出到院子外面去的，而且它是 smart lock。You guys on my YouTube？ 客厅非常大。这个客厅大概是有5米乘6米，可能有30几个平米。然后这边是它的厨房是 granite 的，然后是咖啡色的 cabinet。现在是 Lenore 的那个 customer service 在跟他们解释怎么用这些东西。然后这边就是一个餐厅，这个餐厅。他们也是有 LED lighting， 然后做了这个 ceiling fan pre-wire 的，然后我们看到它这边也是做了 pendant light pre-wire。
The cold water, I just pull that out. If I want to turn off the hot water, I pull that out. So I'm sure nothing happened when I did the cold water. There's hot water. Cold water.
1.5寸的大理石的台面，然后是6 inch 的 backsplash， 然后 full backsplash 在 cook countertop 后面。然后这边是他们的一个公园，然后这个小区还有自己的学校 K-8的，是在这边，所以晚上的话可以看这边的 sunset。
drywalls has a 10-year warranty.
10 years.
We don't expect you to have to open the drywall and do something to your plumbing in the first 10 years.
Okay.
Would they make the warranty expired if they do soft water system someone?
No, I don't believe so. I don't think it would
Okay.
be harming anything, but anything in that area would not be under warranty. If they're doing it in the garage, if there's a leak in that area, our plumber would say, we didn't put this machine here, we're not warranting this. But if there's an issue with the water flow of the master tub,
Right.
I think the plumber would
Okay.
still check out if there's a blockage.
Okay.
So the lights are flush mount LED lights for the room bulb change. That is the light fixture, about an inch thick, and it kind of goes in and twists onto lock. Smaller circles are fire sprinkler covers.
Okay.
So there's peppered throughout the house. The cap will fall off at 135 degrees Fahrenheit in this location. They don't all fall off. If it's hot here, it'll affect this one.
Okay.
At 165 degrees Fahrenheit, there's a piece of metal that will melt, allowing a plunger to fall in like 100 gallons per minute to squirt out from there with great vigor. Designed to save your life,
Yes.
not save your drywall. We have 3 zones in the home. We have the next gen side, we have this section, and we have the upstairs. In this home,
WiFi 的放大器，因为屋子很大。莱纳是标配的，这个有一些建商是需要你来装这个东西的。
if I needed to flush toilet paper or something else,
Yeah.
it's a good idea to hold it down for like 1, 2, 3 seconds to let all of that water go down.
Okay.
That will reduce stoppages.
Got it.
The warranty for the plumbing drains, like toilets, it's for the drain line, is 30 days for a stoppage. Do not put flushable wipes inside the toilet.
Yeah.
They said they don't flow down, they hang up, and then the next thing that comes sticks to that, and the next thing comes, and then so on. All of a sudden you have a blockage.
Yeah.
So
So just no wipes.
no wipes, no feminine product.
I like they put the LED can lighting in this room with the ceiling fan pre-wire, so this room will be super bright.
I know, right?
Yeah.
For a small room, it'll be super bright.
It's probably in the afternoon when the sun goes through that way, it will be darker in this room.
Oh.
It will have less natural light,
Okay.
but with the lights, it's
With
gonna be
LED,
helpful a lot.
yeah.
Yes.
And that's nice that you could change it.
Yeah, it's dimmable.
Yeah.
It's a recessed can lighting,
Yeah.
and you can put a ceiling fan here if they want.
It's important to vacuum out these window tricks
Okay.
once a month. We don't want dirt building up in here because when rain comes, the rain hits this bottom window and goes in the trap, and it has to go out. There's a drain hole on each corner called a weep hole. Keeping that clean prevents that from getting clogged. If it does clog, the water will come into the house. They're big, heavy windows. I think this is tempered glass because we're right near the door. But to lock it, you just press the lock button, or your phone can do it, or there's a number of ways to do it.
Nice.
It's important that when this door closes,
It's
that this is smooth. Because if this is rough, it's gonna make that motor work really hard to pull it in and out. And when it has to work hard, these batteries wear out
got it.
quickly. So they will need to be replaced. They go right here. I just have to go past it. Then I can lift it up and take the window out and clean it back.
Wow.
Okay.
That guard is there, so when the window's in this position, let's say, and some people put a block or a clip here to lock it. I can't get it out of there unless I go way.
Wash and dryer combo.
And I think also there.
Running from here to here. So when you take these 2 plates off, you just feed your wires down, they come out here and you can plug them into your box that's on a cabinet or something. And then the TV is here with no wires hanging below it. This fireplace mantle is made of a combination of concrete and fiberglass. It's made to look like it's a little rustic. Yeah, like it was repurposed from a French or Italian villa or
That's what
something.
we're going for right there.
That's what you got.
Nice.
That's what the fireplace is.
That's the gas valve. So you can turn the gas valve off. If I turn the gas valve off, there will be no supply of gas. So I would not be able to,
Why not control the fireplace?
I would not be able to light it. But while the gas is on, I can light it whenever I want,
Got it.
just by flicking that switch.
Okay. And then that gas?
It's a gas fire, so fake logs made of ceramic of some sort,
Okay.
and some stuff that glows like
Okay.
embers. It gets really hot, It's got a metal screen here to protect you from touching the glass, but there's a sheet of glass there.
Nice.
When you first fire it up, depending on the weather conditions, the glass gets foggy, but then it dissipates within the first 5 minutes. So don't be alarmed if that happens. Inside here is where the fire marshal does his checking.
Okay.
This pipe, if we open it, water would go out to your front porch.
Okay.
It's just for the fire marshal.
Gotcha.
Here's the exterior color schemes. I put them out here as well as in that packet.
Nice.
So they're here. If you forget those, I know these are here. You cannot turn off the fire sprinklers here. You have to turn them off in the main water meter box out by the street. I can turn off the plumbing to the house by doing that.
For now.
You go on vacation, you can close this. That way, if there is a leak, it's not going to be spraying for 5 days and you come home to a swimming pool.
Gotcha.
This brass device here
Uh-huh.
is another code requirement. It's for your safety.
Uh-huh.
If you have a hose here with a sprayer on it and the sprayer's off, so the hose is under pressure, this prevents the pressure from being able to push back in the home.
Nice.
So the idea is once water has left this device, it's no longer safe.
Okay.
They can't vouch for it.
Gotcha.
So it's not allowed back in. So when you turn it off, it's going to release that pressure through these holes, spraying all over you, unless you're spraying your hose and turning it off slowly and there's not a big pressure variation.
Yeah.
This is the pressure regulator. So this says whatever pressure is coming from your supplier, it's going to make sure it's around 50 pounds. 50 pounds is more than adequate to run your home. It's not going to let it get too high. The electrical panel with all the breakers, and I'll show you that on the outside. From the breaker panel, there's a tube or a piece of conduit running down to this box. This is an empty box in here. So if you have an electric car, you could hire an electrician and turn this into a charging station.
Okay.
This plate here and that plate there are inspection plates by the local building inspectors. It's to make sure that this, you've heard of a ground or a grounding rod. There's a grounding rod in your home called a UFER, and it's to make sure that the gas line is clamped onto that grounding rod, and then the electrical panel is clamped onto the grounding rod. Nothing in there for you to do. Button one time, see the flashing sun?
Yeah.
Now it's active, and it will stay active until that choo-choo train gets to 12. Because I turned it on at 11, it'll go until 12. If I turn it on at 11:30, it'll go until 12. It just goes till the next hour.
To the next hour.
But that's ideally not the best way to do it because you don't want to have to run out here and turn it on. You want to set it. That way you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But currently it's on. This is the switch that controls, is the astronomical clock switch that controls all your exterior lights. Here's the programming guide. There's another one of these inside that packet. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn it off. Okay, so right now that switch is saying they're hot. I can use it. At 12 o'clock, it's going to go back to, this will do nothing.
Got it.
Unless I set it to run for a certain time.
Okay, and we can just set it to run.
You can set it to run from sundown to sunrise.
Yeah.
You can set it to run at different
Got
times.
it, got it.
I think this is your water heater. This is the warranty card for your water heater that will need to be mailed in. This is the user manual for the water heater, tucked in right back here. These do need maintenance. Most modern plumbing companies will offer a service, or you can pay someone to flush out your water heater. The water's coming in here, cold, we use blue. It goes through here, comes out hot, we use red. If you're ever wondering that if you're standing at the kitchen sink and go, my God, it's been 2 minutes and it's not getting hot water, come out and feel this. If this is warm, it's pushing hot water, you just have to wait. There might be 120 feet of pipe full of cold water that they have to push all that water out of the way before you get the hot. The gas line is coming in, see how the handle is in line with the pipe? It's on, it's off, it's on. So periodically this unit will need to weep out whatever water's in here. It's just going to say it's been here too long, I got to keep it fresh. It'll just drain into here.
Okay.
This is a plumbing clean out, as is that. There might be drain lines coming down the wall. It's so a plumber can get into that black drain line in the wall without having to rip open the wall. Because there's a hose bib there, and I can bring a hose here, there's rinsing out. All of the outlets in the garage are GFCI too. So this will trip, just like in the kitchen, and get reset just like the kitchen. So this garage door opener is also Wi-Fi enabled. Right off of that block wall that's facing me, straight to here is your property line. All right, so here's the important stuff about your house.
Okay.
If those fire sprinklers ever go off, great. They put out the fire. They don't turn off automatically. They're going to be blasting water until you come out and physically turn off the water.
Okay.
So that's a valve to turn off water, and that's a valve to turn off water.
Okay.
See how it's in line with the pipe and in line with the pipe? That means they're on.
Just twist
I would turn them both to off
Okay.
to make sure that would stop the fire sprinklers for sure.
Got it.
Lefty loosey valve, when you turn it off, you stop all water to the irrigation. And we label it irrigation control valve
Okay.
in case you forget. And it has like a little clean out. So if the irrigation was on and I open this, it would be shooting out with some force.
Got it.
And the idea is every couple of months, turn them on, come out here, open it up, and it flushes out any dirt or sand that might be in the irrigation line. This is a sewer access point. So the main sewer line is coming through here. Every front yard has one of these in case the plumbers have to go into your sewer line. There's also 2 more access points right under that window in the mulch. They're sewer access point or clean outs, is what they call them. So this is for the solar. Solar company will deal with this. If the breakers go off, let's say in the kitchen, right, breaker trips, it looks like that. It doesn't look grossly different, but it's a little bit different.
Okay.
That's what we're looking for when there's an electrical problem. I cannot set it. I have to cock it. Then I can reset it.
Okay.
All right, so if you come out here and go, the breaker was, try to remember that you've got to take it back and then over.
Okay.
This is the main service disconnect. If for some reason I have to turn off all my electricity, I turn this off.
Okay. Another vacation mode, right?
No, I wouldn't do that for vacation.
that's
I would
true,
do
because
that
the
if I'm working on a couple of the ceiling fans and I'm not sure what switch does what.
Yeah.
If I have all the power off, I'm safe.
Okay.
But if you do it that way, when you turn it back on and these are all in the on position, it's a tremendous shock to the electrical system because it's going from nothing to everything. So when you turn these all the way off down here, it's best to turn them all off,
Okay.
turn this on, and then turn them on one by one. In the past, internet service providers might have put a router or a modem in here. This sticker says don't do it, put it up in the laundry room.
Okay.
There's a drain. Carefully don't step in that hole, but the earth is shaped to go lower to water to go down there. There's a drain line going all the way out through the curb, all the way to the backyard as well.
Okay.
So it's subterranean draining. Usually people pay their landscapers to do it. We do it for you. Everything's included here at Lennar. If I need to turn this gas line off, it's vertical right now, I gotta turn it so it's across the pipe.
Okay.
That yellow wire is there so they can find the gas line because down here, this pipe is not made of metal. So they wrap a wire around it. So you ever hear called dig alert or dig before, ask before you dig? So if you have someone digging out here, they would use this wire to find where the pipe is to avoid it.
Got it. Oh yeah.
This is part of the sprinkler system because some of the irrigation is above where the valves are. It has to have something above where the sprinklers are. While it's still open, if you look at the bottom of this tree here, see the water squirting out at the bottom?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
trickling out by the street as well. Those
Yeah.
little pop-ups popped up. What I did was I turned it on by using this top handle.
Okay.
You can see on is that way, off is that way. So I just turned it off. They should in a moment go down and not be spurting out any water.
Okay.
This, and this, the ones where they have the schnoz hanging off the front, that is a drip line. Drip lines in this area has a filter, a little mesh filter to help dirt not go through the line. You can open them every couple of months and clean them out, rinse them out, but it probably would function okay if you did them. Back behind you, Drew, back up on the wall, that black button. That's just a photocell switch. What it's doing is detecting light and dark. When it gets dark, it turns on the light bulbs above your address number.
Okay.
All right? You don't have to do anything. Granite and marble needs to be sealed. You got the homeowner reference guide, that little USB stick?
Yeah.
It'll be in the folder when you come back. Actual steel cables, like every 3 feet, this way. And then every 3 feet, this way. So it's a big giant checkerboard of cables. Those cables are inside of a piece of plastic tubing the whole way. So you'll see like red plastic tubes with steel ends inside, and the steel is greased. So if you were holding the grease and I was holding the cover, I could slide it back and forth. On one end of that cable is an anchor. So let's say the cabling is starting here, it's attached to this thing is here, it cannot get pulled through. That cable runs all the way across through the concrete and then comes out on this end with just long ends. At a certain point in the concrete curing, after they've poured it, they bring a machine out that stretches this to 5,500 pounds of pressure, then they put an anchor on this end. So now it's squeezing your slab together all the way down and all the way this way, making it a very strong, very durable, one giant piece. It's not going to break and separate because it can't, it's being squeezed. For that reason, we urge you, do not drill or cut holes in your garage floor, because if you slice one of those cables, it's going to shoot out, releasing 5,500 pounds of stretched steel through a grease tube out to the close.
Okay.
It'll take us 20 minutes
To fix
if
it.
we move quickly,
Yeah.
just to look at each item saying, yes, that's done, yes, that's done, yes, that's done. Remember that window, we took care of that, and then it's all done, then you sign off here.
Okay.
When you sign off on this, we're telling escrow that the construction department has satisfied this homeowner. As far as we know, it's a zero defect home, which is our mantra, zero defects.